Yo, what's up, YouTube? I want to thank y'all for coming back to check me out one more time. I see my subs are growing. I appreciate it. I guess I'll get to 1,000 before you know it. So thank you. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. So with that being said, yo, today is part 2 on the rookie series, all right? I'm getting loaded. But today is part 2 on rookie series. You decided where you want to go. Now you're going to school. Some of these schools where I went to, Stevens Transport, you don't have to have your permit. But that first week of class is permit week. You have to study, you have to take the test, you have to pass general knowledge, air brakes, and combination vehicles. Once you pass all 3 of those, you get your permit. Then you move on to the yard maneuvers, the backing and stuff like that. Then you move on to the driving. Until you get that, you're not going to get it. Now, what I've noticed, this is just personal observation. I'm not saying a statistical norm, but what I personally have noticed is that the people who struggle with the written tests tend to do very, very well on the driving and the maneuvers. However, people like myself who ace the written test, we also do good on the pre-trip, but we struggle on the driving and the maneuvers. But once you get it, you got it. And that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how long it took you to get it, as long as you got it. So with that said, that first week, you are going to go into permit mode. Some schools go straight into maneuvers and driving. Not every school has a permit. Some of these schools, in fact, say you must have your permit before you even start. So let's just make that clear. That's not always the case. Once you get there, when you go to the school, make sure you pack light. If you're going to be in the truck with a trainer, 9 times out of 10, all your stuff is going to be in one bag, and it's going to be in that top bunk with you. So pack light. That top bunk is your space. That's it. So you want to fit everything there. You don't need all of this extra stuff, ladies. You don't need all this makeup. You don't need all of these extra outfits. Bring enough clothes that you can pack in one bag. And you may end up flying. So make sure you pack something that you can get on a plane with. That's another challenge. Because a lot of times these companies will fly you out to a trainer. You're going to be trained. Like, period. Once you get your CDL, you're going to be trained. But we're jumping ahead. So now that you have gotten your first day of class, everything is set up, and you are training, listen to your instructors. They're going to give you instructions. Some of them will actually give you written instructions on how to do each and every maneuver. Remember that. But don't just remember how you line up on the yard there. Remember how you set up in relation to the space you are getting in. That's going to be a big differentiator for you. So you want to make sure you do that. Listen to your instructors. Follow the instructions. If you need more seat time, this is urgent. If you need more seat time, say something. Don't wait until the last minute. Then they're going to say, well, if you needed more sleep time, why didn't you say something? You didn't say nothing all week long. So if you're not getting enough seat time, you need to be in that teacher's ear, one of those instructors' ears every single day. Like, yo, I need some seat time. I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? Can you help me? Now, most people need to struggle. I mean, not struggle. Study that pre-trip. You need to go over it 1,000,000 times. And that's normal. Don't feel bad about it. That's normal. Not all of us can do that. Study that pre-trip, because if you struggle on that written test, learn that pre-trip as thoroughly as you can. Because that pre-trip You don't get to do anything else until you finish that pre-trip. So you want to go ahead and knock that right on out. So once you get your pre-trip down, then you start doing the driving. Well, you're going to be doing pre-trip during your driving and your maneuvers. Once you get on the driving, you got to remember to pull out far enough. Never forget you have a trailer. Remember that just because your tractor goes a certain way, those trailer wheels are not going to follow it. Best way to explain that: this is your tractor, this is your trailer. You go to turn. If you turn like this, that tractor is going to go like this. It's not going to come out here and then turn. If you start here, it's going to turn this way. And if my chin is a curve, boom, you just hit the curb, you hit the building, you hit everything before that tractor signed out. So what you want to do is you want to pull out far enough to give it time to pivot and turn as you turn. Boom. That's one thing you're going to learn there, and you want to make sure you do that every single time. Whichever way you turn that wheel, trailer's going to go the other way. But don't turn it all the way hard. Yes, it'll eventually start to turn, but if you turn it all the way to the right, that wheel's all the way turned to the right, it's basically going to do this to your trailer. Your tractor. Wheel, you're backing in. Boom. Trailer's like this. You're backing in. You got your wheels turned hard to the right. Hard to the right. It's going to do this. Then it's going to start to turn. So be careful with that. Don't overturn. 9 times out of 10, when you have problems getting something ready, you're turning the wheel too much. I still struggle with this, and I've been doing this almost 2 years. Always watch how much you turn the wheel. Slow down. Some of these jerk trainers have been telling students, you need to back faster, you need to go faster. No, you don't. All right? Never back fast. Take your time. Take your time, young man or woman. Never back fast. Backing fast, unless you're a professional and you've done this a million times and you do this every day and you're a yard dog or something like that, or a yard dog level, you don't want to do that. Not all the time, but I digress. So once you finish that, they're going to set you up for the test. Remember, if you fail the pre-trip, you fail your pre-trip, you're not going to get to the maneuvers or the driving. You must pass that pre-trip. There are people close to me who I've said, you know what? They pass that pre-trip, they're going to pass that test. My homeboy, I told him he failed the pre-trip twice, but that third time I worked with him, he passed the pre-trip. He walked away with a CDL that day. Another close friend of mine, she was struggling with pre-trip, but she kept at it. She kept doing what she had to do. And I said to myself, if she passes that pre-trip, she's walking away with a CDL. And guess what? She walked away with a CDL because she passed everything the first time. I'm proud of her, you know? So that's just how it is. That's how I've noticed. If you struggle with the written and pre-trip, the rest of this is going to be easy for you, and vice versa. But you got to apply yourself. I'm going to be real. This job is not hard. If you're a company driver, this is easy. It's very easy. But it's not easy until you get your technique down packed. That's when it becomes easy. Remember that. It's not always easy until you learn it. Next thing, you know what? Next video, I'm going to talk about orientation and getting on with the trainer. So I'm going to catch you all later. I appreciate y'all coming through. I should almost be done getting loaded right about now. So I will catch y'all later. It's Gideon. Remember, I'm doing the giveaway at 1,000 subs. 1,000 subs, we're going to celebrate. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Peace.